Testing, testing, 1, 2, check, check, 1, 2. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stuff of Legend. My name is D-Lo and I've got another video for you guys. Today I'm going to be going over some really cool news. As you can see from my thumbnail, Lady Sif TV show is coming to Disney Plus, the Disney streaming service. Now there's a lot that is here to unpack, so I'm going to get right into it. First, let me get through some of my logos for you guys. This one's my older one from 2018 actually 2017 when I first got started. I created that on Paint. Fun fact for you there. But then I was able to learn some Photoshop skills. I came up with this thing. And now we are back to my main screen. It's good to be back with you guys. I know it's very early in the morning, but I wanted to bring this to you guys because some really cool news just dropped. I was in the middle of editing another video and I found out this news and I just couldn't pass it up. So I wanted to get into this with you guys. So if you guys ever saw Thor the Dark World, or also if you guys had watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., there was a number of times where Lady Sif was on screen, and she's played by Jaimie Alexander. And this is a really talented actress, really powerful on-screen presence. She did a great job playing that kind of like awkward, like she's into Thor, but Thor's not really into her. Like she should be that chick that Thor's all about, but he's not. And that's the tough part for us as viewers, because in Thor, the very first Thor movie, that was she was the one that everyone was like, oh my gosh, why wouldn't he just get with her? That's like, why does he have to go to the Jane Foster? And some of you guys out there are probably gonna hate me for that, but honestly, I think that Sif's where it's at. He definitely should have been with her. Now, let's keep this thing rolling, because the news that dropped, her getting a TV show on Disney Plus streaming service, that's huge. And one thing that's interesting here is that I'm going to pull up an article for you guys. And it's from Screen Rant. I'm going to make sure that once this video is up after the live, I'll put the link to that in the description as well. But coming at you guys from Screen Rant, I'm going to go ahead and jump right over to this thing so that you guys can have that. Let's cut over now. Lady Sif series reportedly coming to Disney Plus. And so I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. You can see that Thomas Bacon is the author of this article, January 11th, which is technically yesterday, but it's like 2 in the morning right now. So you guys are getting this pretty fresh. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. Marvel Studios is reportedly working on a 6 to 8 episode TV series starring Lady Sif, Jaimie Alexander, to air exclusively on the Disney Plus streaming service. In strategic terms, Disney Plus lies at the heart of Disney's future plans, and they're keen to build up an extensive library of original content ranging from live-action movies like Lady and the Tramp to the Star Wars TV series The Mandalorian. Marvel seems to be at the center of these plans, with Kevin Feige and his team working on a number of studio-budget TV shows for Disney Plus. Captain Marvel's Jacques Schaeffer has been signed up to helm the Vision and Scarlet Witch series, while Empire writer Malcolm Spellman is working on the script for another miniseries starring Falcon and the Winter Soldier. A Loki TV show is also in the works, with Tom Hiddleston set to reprise the role of the God of Mischief. But it seems Hiddleston won't be the only Thor actor returning to the MCU on Disney Plus. I'm going to scroll down past the related. It says, according to Discussing Film, Marvel is also reportedly working on a series starring Jaimie Alexander as Lady Sif. It's important to note that Discussing Film claims that the project is only in the earliest stages of development, which means it may or may not happen yet. But Marvel seems to have a massive number of these series in the works, and there simply have to be concerns as to whether or not the studio has the bandwidth to produce them all, or rather all of them. It's even possible that there's some early stage miscommunication, and that Alexander is really in talks to appear in the Loki series. To date, Loki is the only Marvel Studios Disney Plus series that just has the one MCU lead. So it could be that Alexander might be one of the significant co-stars in that show. Lady Sif is a popular character, and Alexander's portrayal was loved by fans. This is accurate. So much so that she even made 2 welcome cameos in Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Scheduling conflicts meant that the actress was unable to appear in Thor Ragnarok, which frankly may well be for the best given how Taika Waititi's blockbuster handled The Warriors 3. According to the Russo brothers, Sif didn't survive the decimation and was killed when Thanos snapped his fingers and obliterated half the life in the universe. But that shouldn't pose much of a problem, though, given that the snap is expected to be either averted or undone in Avengers Endgame. And so the last portion of the article reads, discussing film is unable to say whether or not Lady Sif's series will be set before or after the events of Thor Ragnarok and Avengers Infinity War / Avengers Endgame. If the former, it could potentially be an origin story that explains how Lady Sif became one of Asgard's greatest champions. If the latter, it could instead explore the cosmic side of the MCU's Phase 4. Marvel is currently keeping their future plans under wraps, so it's probably going to be a while before anything concrete develops on the matter. Now, that sounds like a lot, but interestingly enough, it's actually quite interesting that this article is pointing out the fact that Lady Sif could possibly be one of the individuals that is a co-star or a primary supporting role in, say, like the Loki TV series that was announced. And again, Marvel's announcing a lot of series based on characters that are either deceased or potentially, say, like snapped away, or characters like in this case with Lady Sif, who are kind of up in the air. We don't really have a lot to go on. Now, the article does say that the Russo brothers alluded to her being decimated in the snap in the wake of Thanos' gauntlet snap. However, they also did say, and Kevin Feige even said, that the name of the Avengers 4 title had not been named yet. And we know that that was a lie. We know that Avengers Endgame was one of the names that had been thrown around for a long time. And when it was finally announced, we had to go back and realize when they said that nobody had guessed the name, it was just misleading information. It wasn't actually true. And so with that being said, it would be really, I think, in character of the leadership at Marvel Studios to throw a distracting wrench and say that, no, Lady Sif is probably destroyed. Especially if they know or believe that, say, Avengers Endgame is actually not the end of all these snapped characters, but rather they're coming back. And we know this to be true because Doctor Strange 2, because Black Panther 2, because Spider-Man Far From Home all take place after Avengers Endgame. But those characters' stories are going to continue, and therefore the characters must then exist. So somehow or another, lives are going to be returned from the snap. And I've already made a video that's going to be coming out very soon. Hopefully, if not this weekend, next weekend, I'll be able to drop another video explaining my theory about how mutants are already set up for the MCU. So be looking for that. Make sure to turn on notifications and subscribe so you don't miss when that video goes live. You're definitely going to want to check out that. That's going to help support my theory here. But with this being hinted at, with a Lady Sif TV series, first of all, let me just say I am super on board for that. I think that's a wonderful idea. Lady Sif, and especially played by Jamie Alexander, sounds absolutely incredible. If you guys didn't see Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the episode in Season 2 where she came in and she was helping the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. capture an Asgardian runaway prisoner, whatever, was really... it was a great episode. It was very exciting. She has a wonderful on-screen presence, super powerful, and I just love the character, and I love the confidence that Jamie Alexander brings to the role. Many people, and I'm going to go ahead and switch back over here because I want you guys to see this. This is Jamie Alexander as Sif. This is her in that episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The armor just looks fantastic, but you know what's interesting about it is that a lot of people have done fan art to compare her, and this one's a really good picture, A lot of people have already compared her, saying that they would like to see her play Wonder Woman. And this is her. This is Jamie Alexander, photoshopped into the role of Wonder Woman. And it's absolutely spot on. It's absolutely fantastic. I think this is a picture of the older actress who played Wonder Woman, the original actress. But the resemblance is quite striking, and I think it fits, just especially given that we've already seen her play Sif, a very similar role. The Asgardians are very much like, not, different in that they're Norse versus Greek, but Amazonian to Asgardian, very similar in power set and culture, the way that their culture works. Primary difference being that the Asgardians are still male dominated, but however, I think that it would be a very smooth transition going from this to, like, this is a cosplayer, but you get the idea. This is her. This is the actress here on the left, and then an image of Wonder Woman on the right. Striking resemblance. I think it works perfectly. And then also, again, if you guys haven't seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it's awesome. Clark Gregg is Agent Coulson, and that's a really good continuation of the story that we got in the original Avengers. So enough about that. That's a lot to go off of. But I'm going to go ahead and cut back over here to my primary window. There we go. And yeah, I think that would be really cool. I want to know what you guys have to think about this TV series. Is this a 6 to 8 episode series on Lady Sif? Does that sound awesome to you guys? I mean, would you like to see her origin story? Do you think that it'll be her going back in time and getting to see how she became the great champion of Asgard? Or would you prefer a story that takes place in the now, in the future, just after Avengers Endgame? Seeing her explore the cosmos. Much of Asgard was decimated. Perhaps it's her leading a squad of Asgardians to find a new refuge somewhere else in the cosmos, in the universe, or somewhere else in the 9 realms. Maybe they're just going from realm to realm. Maybe that's why it's 6 to 8 episodes. Maybe it's an episode per realm, excluding what was Asgard and Midgard. They could explore the cosmos that way. See, Jotunheim, Alfheim, Nibelheim. I forget all the names of the realms, but you guys get the point. That would be really fun, and I think that would be great. Also, it was interesting. I did want to go back up and mention the fact that the other TV series that have been announced in the works is Vision and Scarlet Witch as a series. And a lot of people had heard that Scarlet Witch was getting her own series, and that, someone else was, and then we heard about Loki. But Vision and Scarlet Witch seems to be the name of the project thus far. And that would entail Vision surviving and coming back after Endgame. That kind of sounds spoilery to me. Unless, again, these TV series are flashbacks, which would be very interesting. But that doesn't explain the Falcon Winter Soldier TV series. They don't have a ton in common, and they don't have a lot of opportunity where they were teamed up. In fact, for the most part, both of them were separated, which would assume that Falcon and Winter Soldier is actually after Endgame. And perhaps both of them are kind of like... This kind of scares me, because they're both the close friends, close comrades to Steve Rogers' Captain America. It makes me think that Steve Rogers is most definitely not surviving Endgame, which is sad, and I don't want to think about that. But yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier, both of them are actually in the running to take up the mantle of Captain America. That could be what that series is about, that miniseries. Geez, that would be pretty sick. I would like to see that. Maybe they go on a bunch of missions together and they're trying to figure out who they are without Steve Rogers. And then by the end of it, a decision is made and one of them picks up the shield. That would be pretty cool. Kind of like Battle for the Cowl in DC, where all the different Robins and all the different Bat family characters are kind of fighting for the rank of taking up the mantle of Batman. That would kind of be what that is, except for they probably wouldn't fight each other. It'd probably be a series where they just kind of figure out who is more qualified to lead by going on missions together. So that would be pretty cool. And, hopefully we'd get a little bit of the White Wolf action. I would honestly be, at first, I was really hoping that Winter Soldier would get the mantle, but Falcon, I think, would do a good job. And I think that in the comics, I like Falcon with the shield. I think that it's pretty cool. Steve Rogers does in the comics get to survive. He takes on a different mantle. He takes on a different role even. Kind of becomes the next Nick Fury. But it would be pretty cool to see Winter Soldier go into Wakanda and become the actual White Wolf. Not just referenced or Easter egged, but actually become him. That would be sick. And get his own White Wolf costume too. That'd be dope. Yes. So anyway, gosh, I think that's all I really wanted to say. I do think that this would work. I think that this type of storytelling would be legit. I think a lot of fans are looking forward to stuff like this. Let me know down below if you guys are those fans. If you feel like you would like to see a Lady Sif TV series, maybe explore the 9 realms and all of the Marvel cosmos to come after Avengers Endgame, or if you'd prefer maybe like an origin story, or if this isn't something you'd be interested at all. Let me know down below. I'd love to hear that. If you like this video, make sure to give it a like, give it one of those thumbs up, click the button. Also, right next to that, you can find the subscribe button. And again, like I just mentioned, the notification bell. If you click on that, it'll alert you whenever I go live like this, or whenever I upload a new episode, or if I've got one premiering, upcoming premieres. You guys can stay tuned with those. If you subscribe, it doesn't automatically notify you. You have to click that bell. So do that so you don't miss a thing. I really appreciate it. And leave a comment down below because I want to have this discussion with you guys. What do you think about Jamie Alexander as Wonder Woman? That's another fun question for you guys. Anyway, thanks again. Thanks a lot, guys. You mean the world to me. And I will see you guys again next time right here on The Stuff of Legend.